Welcome to today's class, and our title today is Homeless Man Steals 50 Shopping Carts. Let's move on to language focus. Although 50 is an unusually high number, shopping cart theft has been a problem for retailers ever since these carts were invented nearly a century ago. Okay, so we're going to look at the phrase ever since. So we use ever since to emphasize that something has been true for a long time. So ever since는 어떤 일이 오랫동안 지속되어 왔음을 강조할 때 사용하는 표현입니다. 보통 특정한 과거 심정이나 사건을 언급한 후 그 이후로 지금까지 계속된 상태나 행동을 설명하는 문장에서 사용됩니다. So, as an example, I've been fascinated by languages ever since I was a small kid. 나는 어렸을 때부터 줄곧 언어에 매료되어 왔다. So, I have had a fascination. I've been interested in languages ever since I was young. Or, Jim says he has loved Meg ever since the first time he heard her voice. 짐은 처음으로 맥의 목소리를 들은 이후로 줄곧 그녀를 사랑해 왔다고 말한다. So, ever since Jim heard Meg's voice, he fell in love with her. So since, like I said, to emphasize that something has been true for a long time, and it started from that point. 2번. Okay, this is true all the more in the winter months when they need to be able to carry around enough blankets and heavy clothing to survive the cold nights. Okay, all the more is what we'll focus on now. So use all the more to describe circumstances where something that was already true becomes even more true. 이미 사실이 어떤 것이 더욱 더 사실이 되는 상황을 설명할 때 all the more를 사용하세요. Okay, so all the more. 예를 들어서 losing the game hurt all the more because we came so close to winning. 우리가 이길 뻔했기 때문에 경기에 진 것이 더욱 더 아팠다. So, since we were so close to winning, it hurt losing the game more. Or, I always miss my family, but I miss them all the more during the holidays. 나는 항상 가족이 그립지만 명절 때는 더욱 더 그립다. Alright, now let's look at the language focus quiz. 1번. I have been interested in ever since I was a child. Okay, so if you scroll back up, ever since. When we use ever since to emphasize that something has been true for a long time. Ever since는 어떤 일이 오랫동안 지속되어 왔음을 강조할 때 사용하는 표현입니다. So, I have been, let's say, interested in Mr. Bean ever since I was a child. 나는 어릴 때부터 Mr. Bean에 관심이 있었다. 2번. Has been extremely popular ever since it was first launched. Let's say the iPhone has been extremely popular ever since it was first launched. 아이폰은 처음 출시된 이후로 줄곧 엄청난 인기를 끌고 있다. Okay, moving on to 3번 now. Attracted attention all the more when So all the more, use all the more to describe circumstances where something that was already true becomes even more true. So 이미 사실이 어떤 것이 더욱 더 사실이 되는 상황을 설명할 때 all the more를 사용하세요. So, let's say the movie attracted attention all the more when Tom Cruise joined the cast. So, 톰 크루즈가 주영진의 한류하자 그 영화는 더욱더 주목을 받았어요. Or I've always liked but I like them all the more after Let's say I've always liked that band, but I like them even more after, I don't know, they released their acoustic album. 나는 원래 그 밴드를 좋아했지만 그들이 어쿠스틱 앨범을 발표한 후 더욱더 좋아하게 되었다. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion. 1번. For what reasons do people usually become homeless? 사람들은 보통 어떤 이유로 노숙자가 되나요? I mean, there are a lot of reasons for people to become homeless. It could be depending... there are so many reasons. It could be due to family problems. It could be due to work-related problems. It could be due to alcoholic problems, drug-related problems, mental problems, money, obviously. There are so many reasons why people become homeless. It's almost endless, and it's a very scary thing because it can happen to just about anyone, if even me or you or whatever. It's really something that is not hard to become if you're not careful enough. So yeah, there are just so many reasons to become homeless. 2번. If a friend of yours becomes homeless, what would you advise them to do? 당신의 친구가 노숙자가 된다면 그들에게 무엇을 조언하겠습니까? Obviously, I would try and get them help. Seek a shelter, seek a homeless shelter, help them with getting some sort of government funding. I'm not sure what it's like in Korea, but if there is some sort of government funding for homeless people where they can try and get them back to work somehow, I would do what I can to help my friend. But yeah, first find shelter. Second, find a way to get them back on their feet, get them working again, get them making money again, and then hopefully they start, building up some money to just rent out a small apartment and then just start from the bottom and work their way back up to just becoming a person who is able to look after themselves independently. Easier said than done. Luckily, I haven't had to do that, but there are many people out there that have had to do that, and I feel, sorry for them. But yes, it is a terrible thing that some people go homeless, and you get some people out there that also choose to be homeless as well, but most of the time, most people don't want to be homeless. And we should do what we can to help the homeless and not judge them too much, or at all, to be honest with you. And yeah, they're just people as well. All right, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Squat.
Squat.
Sentimental value.
Sentimental value.
Waterway.
Waterway.
Get back on one's feet.
Get back on one's feet.
Cart off.
cart off,
Change one's ways.
change one's ways,